Greetings, Dr. Khamisi here. I hope everyone's having a beautiful day. And today we're going to be speaking about the classification of energies. So whenever we're speaking about energetic classifications, we are having to categorize how we interpret energy. And those interpretations allow us to prescribe certain modalities or help certain clients with their health. So for example, we're talking about projection of energy, we're talking about masculine energy going outward. We're talking about receiving energy, we're talking about feminine energy. So we classify that as electrical or magnetism. So electrical energy would be masculine energy, magnetic energy would be classified as feminine energy. So when we look at nature, when you see the ground and the trees, any fruit that's beyond arm's reach basically would be considered a electrical fruit. So anything that grows close to the sun or any fruit that grows high on a tree would be considered electrical fruit. Now anything on the ground or root vegetables or things of that sort would be considered magnetic energy foods. So that's important to understand when it comes to helping the body heal. So for example, say you want to cleanse the body. Basically in the morning time you will want to cleanse the body because the body's trying to eliminate waste. So electrical foods go directly through the body. So their transient time is very short. So fruits tend to be go to the body and cleanse the body. So those are considered electrical foods. So, but your vegetables that grow on the ground would be magnetic, and they would basically bulk the body up to make the body bigger. So it's important to understand that if you're trying to lose weight, especially because you don't want to be eating a lot of magnetic foods or root vegetables and things of that sort if you're trying to lose weight. If you want to cleanse the body, you would go towards the fruits and vegetables that grow higher on the tree. So if you're trying to put on weight or any type of sport that requires you to have a certain amount of mass, then you would lean more towards the root vegetables that grow on the ground. Anything that's in arm's reach is what we consider electromagnetic food. So they kind of do both of those things. So they're in between from electrical and magnetic. Their electromagnetic foods are magnetic electric. So if you see the highest growing or the tallest growing fruit is a coconut, which has a lot of moisture in it, which is a very cleansing fruit. In fact, coconut is only fruit that's actually a cleanser and a food at the same time. It's full with electrolytes in it, and it helps the body cleanse itself, and it also curbs your appetite as well. It's a very good fruit to actually fast on if you're going to do like a coconut water fast. So whenever we're talking about these classifications of energies, they go beyond fruits and vegetables as well. I'm just kind of giving you an introduction here. So if we're saying masculine energy, we're talking about, we call that the sympathetic nervous system. If we're talking about the feminine energy, we're talking about the parasympathetic nervous system. And basically what that is, so for example, you have your flight or fight response. So say you wanted to run away if you were in trouble or your life was in danger, that would signal your sympathetic nervous system to fire off. And basically that's going to shut down your immunity. It's going to shut down your digestion, reproductive system, and excretory system. So your lungs would dilate, your heart would beat faster, your eyes would dilate. So those things would be all associated with your sympathetic nervous system. And the things that shut down, like your digestion, immunity, those things right there would be and reproducting, those would be considered more so on the parasympathetic nervous system side. So if someone would come to me and say, okay, well, they were dealing with a certain amount of stress in their life or something they're going through, you're able to classify what type of stressor on which nervous system is placating on based off which part of the body is being showing symptoms, basically. So what I mean by that is, say somebody is losing or having tooth problems on the top of their mouth. So if masculine energy represents electrical energy, it represents motion as well, so to move. And feminine energy would represent to stagnate or to stop, basically. So the parts of the body that move freely will be considered masculine energy. So if you look at your top jaw and bottom jaw, you would say, okay, these are classifications of energies as well. So the top jaw would be considered the parasympathetic system because it's masculine. Hope I'm not losing you guys here, but that's the top of your mouth is your sympathetic nervous system. The bottom of your jaw or teeth would be considered your The top of your mouth is considered your parasympathetic nervous system, and the bottom of your mouth is considered the sympathetic nervous system. So the bottom jaw moves, so that's your sympathetic nervous system. So if someone's losing teeth, say on the top of their mouth, then they will be having what we call parasympathetic nervous system stress. And that means the bottom part of their blood pressure would be out of range. With that 120/80, that's the systolic number on top and the diastolic number on bottom. So you would know that the person's dealing with parasympathetic nervous stress. They would go into vitamins and minerals like potassium and magnesium, those types of things that help with those stressors. If someone's losing teeth on the bottom of their mouth, and that would be considered sympathetic nervous system stress. And so because the bottom of your mouth moves, that's considered motion, that's electrical energy, and we call that masculine energy. So that's associated with the sympathetic nervous system. So with the heart and the lungs and those types of things. That's the same thing throughout the whole body. So if someone has bumps on the top of their eyelid, then the top eyelid moves and the bottom one sits still. So the top of the eyelid would be classified as masculine energy or sympathetic nervous system energy. And you would know how to, basically diagnose a client based off how these energies move throughout the body. So that goes beyond just the teeth and those types of things. It's just basically I'm just giving you an overview of how energies throughout nature is throughout our body. For example, your body's like a battery. So the right side of your body is, for men, is positive. The left side of the body is negative. For men, the left side is negative. And that's swapped. That switches for women. So the left side of the body for women is positive, and the right side of the body of the woman is negative. Now, when a child is premature or through homosexuals, basically, those charges are actually switched in the body. So we have to understand that energy is important because it's how we classify science, and the other side of science is art. So everything we do has these two components associated with. So science would be considered masculine, art would be considered feminine energy. Now, try not to get too caught up into the masculine and the feminine aspects as in terms of it's only for men, it's only for women. I'm just saying how the energies are classified. I don't want to keep this video too long. That's just an overview of energies. It goes deeper into that. I mean, as you see, all diseases are either masculine or feminine energy diseases. So obesity would be feminine, anorexia would be, masculine. So they both have to do with malnutrition. It's just a pendulum swing of how illness is expressed in that person. So obesity and anorexia are both the same disease, just different pendulum swings of the same thing. So if the cell is malnourished, then basically you're going to have obesity or have malnourishment, which is going to be on the other side, which is anorexia. You have with anaerobic workouts and aerobic workouts. Like I said before, systolic and diastolic, science and art, electricity, magnetism. It's throughout everything. And from a holistic standpoint, you can't have one without the other. So if there's a science component to it, there's also an art component to it as well. You can look at your car, or you can look at your clothing. Clothing has a functionality to it, that's science, but it also has an art to it as well. So that's this pendulum swing of everything. And that's how we understand what's going on in the body. All minerals and vitamins are classified under the same scope here. Either they're masculine herb, or masculine vitamin, or feminine vitamin, or feminine mineral. So it's throughout everything. I won't keep this video too long. If you have any questions or comments, or if you'd like me to elaborate or do a part 2 on this to go a little bit deeper, just let me know. It's Dr. Khamisi signing off. You guys have a beautiful day.